simulation games are back. We are heading into Seattle Mariners and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim here at T-Mobile Park in Seattle, Washington. Good evening, folks. Welcome to the broadcast booth. In this one, I'm Josh Wright doing the play-by-play as always. And hopefully you guys enjoy tonight's game. We've got Shohei Ohtani on the mound for the Angels. As for the Mariners, they go for the left-handed veteran James Paxton. Beautiful late evening here beautiful late afternoon here in Seattle, Washington at T-Mobile Park. The Angels and the Mariners. Mariners get set to take the field. I know some people are probably going to be watching Illinois and Michigan. I'll probably watch that if I get done with this game first. But James Paxton on the mound for Seattle. The Mariners ended up having a very good 2021. As for the Angels, not so much. We'll take a look at the lineup here in this one for the visiting Angels. As you can see, Dexter Fowler was leading off. He's in right field. Mike Trout batting second in center field. Batting third at first is Jared Walsh. Hitting cleanup at third base, Anthony Rendon. Justin Upton is batting fifth. He is the DH. Batting seventh in left field. Batting sixth in left field, Joe Adell. Max Stassi bats seventh at catcher. Luis Renif Gifo, I don't know how you pronounce that name, bats eighth at short, and David Fletcher is in the number 9 hole batting second, at second base. And take a look at the Mariners here. Defensively, third to first base, we've got Seager, Crawford at short, Toro at second, first base Ty France. In the outfield, we've got Jake Fraley at left, center field Jared Kelenic, and right field Mitch Haniger, and then Tom Murphy is behind home plate for the veteran James Paxton. So we got all that out of the way. We'll take a look at Dexter Fowler. Getting ready to go here. First pitch to him is a ball. And that's how we will get things started. Dexter Fowler came over in a trade from the St. Louis Cardinals. Played the first month of the season and ended up having a torn ACL that would end his season. That would also lead to a number of other different injuries the 2021 Angels would have. Dexter Fowler with a good eye at the plate here against Paxton. He's got a 3-0 count on him. And the umpire calls strike one. Ball 93 miles an hour. So let's talk about what both teams are hoping to happen in 2022 for both teams. Well, both teams have not made. Well, the Angels are still hoping to get Mike Trout a World Series ring. They signed Noah Syndergaard to a 1-year contract, and Dexter Fowler finds himself with a leadoff walk here in the top of the first inning. Paxton walks the leadoff hitter Dexter Fowler, and he'll bring in Mike Trout. Trout 5 for 28 lifetime against James Paxton with 11 strikeouts. Swings and misses at a changeup. Umpires here tonight: Kenny Jansen behind home plate, Mike Fillmore at first. Second base was Rusty Valentine, and Jerry Hillsdale at third base. 50 degrees here in Seattle as well, with the wind blowing 4.2 miles in from right field. And first pitch thrown at 7 o'clock. I got to mention that. But yeah, Angels hoping. A lot of hope for the Angels. A lot of hope for the Mariners as well. That is bobbled by Toro. And that will be a charge and error on Toro. Take a look at that again. So, nice footwork up. The handwork needed a little bit of work. The hand That sounded wrong. That sounded super wrong to say on the air. So no outs there from either second base or first base, so it brings in Jared Walsh. Looks at a cutter, ball 2. Not exactly a start James Paxton was looking for, I'm pretty sure. Dexter Fowler gets on a walk, a leadoff walk to Dexter Fowler, and Mike Trout gets on with an error. Two players that missed a huge chunk of the 2021 season, especially Dexter Fowler. But I don't really think a lot of people cared about him missing the season. Anthony Rendon on deck. 3 balls, 2 strikes is the count to Jared Walsh. That is hit in the air to center, or left center. Making the catch is the rookie Jared Kelenic. And that's the first down, and it bobbles away from Seager. Seager can't handle the throw. It's probably why he retired. And that's out number 1. That brings in Anthony Rendon. Hitting cleanup tonight for the Angels. He did not have a very good year in 2021. Of course, only played in 58 games, so he too was out mainly for injury. In the 58 games he played, he had a 240 average, 6 home runs, 34 runs batted in with an OPS at 712. With a wins above replacement right at 0.0. Making his career WAR 32.2. Hopefully this doesn't turn out to be a blunder of a contract the Angels paid him. He was a really good third baseman in Washington, and then he comes over to the Angels, he wasn't terrible in 2020, but 2021, I mean, he had a really bad year. Despite him being injured, I'll cut him some slack on the injury, because he can be a good third baseman at times. Looks at a 3-2 count. And he looks at strike 3 called by the umpire. Has some not so nice words to say at him. Looks at that changeup on the left lower corner. And you can see why he would have been mad about that call. Should have been called the ball, but what do we know? We're not umpires. We're not the umpires. He is. Ball and a strike to Justin Upton from James Paxton. That's what I meant to say. Justin Upton looks at a pitch that gets by Murphy. Fowler goes over to third. That was a wild pitch thrown by Paxton. Both runners for the Angels move from second to third. As I was saying about Justin Upton, well, we'll have to tell the Justin Upton story in some other time, as we will head into the bottom of the first inning. Not really a start for James Paxton. Start out with a walk, an error for Toro, and then he struck out, and then he had 2 strikeouts. So not a bad start for James Paxton. And now we'll see how the Mariners' bats will do against Ohtani here tonight. We'll take a look at the lineup here for the Seattle Mariners. J.P. Crawford leads off at short. Mitch Haniger batting second and right, hitting third. At third base, holy cow, I cannot talk today. Now the former third baseman for the Mariners, Kyle Seager. Ty France hitting cleanup at first. Kyle Lewis batting fifth at DH. Abram Toro batting sixth at second base. Tom Murphy hitting seventh at catcher. Jared Kelenic is in center tonight batting eighth. And Jake Fraley is in left field tonight. Defense for the Angels, left to right field, Adele. There's a hit to left field that will drop in front of Joe Adele. And that is the first hit of the ball game. Leadoff hit, first hit for the Mariners. And that brings in Mitch Haniger. Right to Fletcher at second, and that's how you handle a double play, Abram Toro. And that right there is how you handle a double play, not how Abram Toro did in his half of the first. In the top half of the first, the Mariners tried to double play, but it didn't really work out. Kyle Seager hitting .241 in the 2020 season. He had a really good 2021. And he strikes out to end the first inning. Ohtani, he was on the mound for about not very long. And now he'll exit the mound. We head to the second inning. Joe Adele will lead off for the Angels. Mariners there's got one hit off of Shohei Ohtani, but didn't really do too much. Adele swings and misses on a fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ground ball to third. Kyle Seager. Nice throw to first. 1 out. So that brings in Max Stassi. Ball 1. 0 for 9 lifetime against James Paxton. Take a look at how James Paxton did in the 2021 season. He only pitched 1 game for the Mariners in 2021. Ended up going 1.1 innings. Gave up a walk and 2 strikeouts. So he was out for pretty much the whole year. And recently just signed as a free agent with the Red Sox. So we'll see how he does there. So he's currently not even on the Mariners right now. We go to the bottom of the inning. Ty France will lead off against the Japanese 2A player, Shohei Ohtani. He can hit and he can pitch. But today he is pitching. He is taking the day off from hitting. Instead, he will pitch against the Mariners tonight. Strike 2 on the splitter. Looks at a slider call for ball 1. Back-to-back strikeouts for Ohtani. Struck out Kyle Seager to end the first and strikes out Ty France to end the second, or to begin the second. So Kyle Lewis comes in. He's the DH tonight. Surprised Scott Service doesn't have him out on the field.
Count 1 and 2.
One ball, 2 strikes to Kyle Lewis.
Batting 6, the second baseman, Abraham.
And another strikeout for Ohtani.
1-0. That's a ball. 2-0.
Here's a 2-0 to Toro. Started out the year at the Astros, came over to the Mariners at the deadline in a trade in exchange for Kendall Graveman. That one is hit to left. Under it is Joe Adell, and we have played 2 full. Tonight here in Seattle, we go to the 3rd inning. There has been no score. David Fletcher will lead off for the Angels here in inning number 3. Only 1 hit in this game, and the Angels got 2 men on a walk and an error. Besides that, not a whole lot of action. That's hit to second. Toro able to handle it with no problem. 1 out here in the 3rd. Here's Dexter Fowler, walked his last trip to the plate.
I got a ball, 1 strike. You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
2-1 to the veteran outfielder. Here, Dexter Fowler. Played a majority of his career in the outfield with the Rockies, and then played a little bit with the Astros. 2 years with the Cubs in 2015 and 16. Became a free agent, signed with, and he had some mixed reviews. 3rd strikeout of the night for James Paxton. as Fowler is now 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. That brings in Mike Trout.
0-1.
2 outs in the third. 0 for 1, reached on an error. His last trip to the plate.
1-1. Ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count.
The 2-1 to Trout. And the count is now evened up. Popped up to the third baseman, and Ty France puts it away. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Hopefully there's some action that goes on. When we come back, there is no score.
The catcher. Ball, that's off the plate.
Tom Murphy, he'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Mariners, due up here in the third against Ohtani.
That's a ball. Count is 2-1.
Looks at a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike.
I got 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike.
The rookie Jared Kelenic on deck after Tom Murphy, and he'll be due up to the plate after the leadoff walk here in the third. No. And here is the rookie Jared Kelenic. Mariners have their second guy on base tonight.
2 balls, no strike.
Tomorrow night's game, it'll be in Washington, D.C., the Washington Nationals hosting the St. Louis Cardinals.
Ball 3. 3-0 the count.
And Ohtani kind of struggling with his command here in the third inning. End up walking Tom Murphy at first. And he's got Kelenic on a 3-0 count. Umpire goes easy on him, called strike 1. And now he's worked his way to a 3-2 count.
Nope, that's inside. Ball 4.
And he's worked his way to his second walk, back-to-back walks for Ohtani. That brings in the number 9 hitter, Jake Fraley. 2 runners on back-to-back walks. You know something exciting is going to happen. Count even up at a ball and a strike.
The count is 1-2.
A 1-2, and that is ball 2 on the splitter.
The batter, number 3, shortstop, J.P. Crawford.
One out. Here's J.P. Crawford, 1 for 1. With the one and only actual hit of the night. Hit of this ball game. That is in the left field. Adele makes the catch, 2 outs, and the Mariners went from having runners at first and second with nobody out to runners at first and second and 2 outs. And Mitch Haniger up 0 for 1. Hit himself into a double play his last trip to the plate. Definitely had a really good season in 2021. And it's just disappointing that... Sorry, I had to deal with my headphones here, but yeah, it's just really disappointing. The Mariners did not make the playoffs in 2021. I was really hoping that they were. And Haniger's 0 for 2, and the Mariners leave runners on base again. But don't go anywhere. More baseball coming your way. We have played 3 full. And still, no score. I can understand why now most people find baseball kind of boring. The games may take a while, sure, and nobody really scores till the 7th inning. Especially in my live streams. Like, whenever I do a simulation game, literally, like, there's like all my games are like low-scoring games. It's stupid. Always feels like it's my games. Base hit off of James Paxton. That is the first hit. For the Angels here in the 4th inning. They've had some guys on base here against James Paxton, but that was their first actual hit. That's unbelievable, I know. Rendon 0 for 1 with a strikeout. That one's hit to third. Seager flips it to second, who flips it to first. And there are 2 quick outs here in the 4th. That is the second double play of the day. 1 for the Mariners in the 1st, and 1 for the Angels here in the 4th. That brings in Justin Upton. Last time we tried talking about Justin Upton, our story got interrupted. There's a base hit in the right field. Nobody's going to get there. And Upton has himself an easy 2-out double. Here in the 4th inning, that is hit number 2 of the inning for the visiting Angels. And there's still no score. 0-2 the count to Joe Adele with 2 outs. Ball 1. I know Illinois and Michigan are playing tonight. Should be watching that instead of. But no, I decided not to. Bottom of the fourth inning we go. The Angels leave a runner at second base. No score.
Leading up for the Mariners, the third baseman, Kyle Seeger. Ball, that's down.
Guess we have a person watching. I have no clue who the hell's watching this boring ass stream. Literally nothing has happened.
1-1.
Guess the playoffs start tomorrow for the AFC or NFL wildcard games will be tomorrow. The Cincinnati Bengals will host the Las Vegas Raiders tomorrow at 3:30. Really looking forward to the playoffs this year. Did a predictions video the other day. That one's hit down the right field line, foul ball. Kyle Seeger struck out his last trip to the plate.
We got a full count. 3-2.
And Seager's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts as he looks at a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. That's the 6th, or 97 on the radar gun. 6.
Ball one. Count 1-0.
Ty France struck out back in the second. Had his second trip to the plate here in the fourth inning.
He's out. The batter, number 1, designated hitter, Kyle Seeger. Ball, down. Ball 2.
2-0 to Kyle Lewis. Hopefully he'll put a dent on Shohei Ohtani here in the fourth. That one is hit to left. Odell is back. Does he put a dent on him? No. No, he does not. 4 scoreless innings. We will return. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for the second time for the Angels when we come back for the 5th inning. The score remains Angels 0, Mariners 0. Justin Upton will lead off for, or that is not Justin Upton is not leading off for the Angels. Instead, it'll be Max Stassi, who's done a pretty good job behind the plate. In front of the plate, and not so much. Nobody's really done great at the plate because this game has been scoreless. Come on, like, please, come on, just someone score.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Get a hit, get a run. You know, the Angels really could have used an RBI opportunity back in the first inning.
Count is 3-1.
They had an RBI opportunity when Justin Upton hit that double. But no, we just leave him on base. Just leave them there like they're not important. And a leadoff hit for the Angels here in the 5th inning up the middle. And the Angels hopefully stirring up the pot a little bit here in the 5th inning off of James Paxton. That brings in the shortstop, who is 0 for 1. Popped up to the second baseman, Abram Toro. His last trip to the plate, to the batter's box. The 2-0 pitch outside. 92-mile-an-hour four-seamer. 3-0. Both James Paxton and Shohei Ohtani having very similar games on the mound. Both have walked a handful of batters. Both have struck out a handful of batters. And have both given up not that many hits. Ohtani's only given up 1 hit tonight, while James Paxton gives up 3. Paxton now with his 2nd walk of the night. Yeah, both pitchers have 2 walks. Through 4 innings. Fletcher hits one into left field. It'll get past Seager. And that will bring in the first run of the night. As Stassi scores all the way from first, it's 1-0 Angels. Let's go. And finally, the Angels jump on the board first here against James Paxton. The pitching coach having a little talk with his veteran skipper as he'll face Fowler. He walked his first trip to the plate and struck out his 2nd trip to the plate. See what he does here in at bat number 3. He's quickly down 0-2. And he strikes out for the 2nd time tonight. Mike Trout will come up to the plate now. He's 0 for 2. He too's hitless like a majority of these Angels hitters. And he goes deep to left field, making this a 4-0 ball game. Mike Trout strikes again here at T-Mobile Park in Seattle. After going 0 for 2, hits a monster to left field. 418 feet. I mean, that is unbelievable. I wish I could take a look at a replay of that home run. But that is probably the main highlight of tonight's game. So far, for sure.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Mariners now have some action going on in the bullpen. Kikuchi and Sean Doolittle both warming up in the pens. Doolittle, he's been around for a long time. Jared Kelenic on the run, makes the catch out in center. 2 away here in the 5th inning. 2 away here in the 5th. Here's Rendon.
Ball 1.
Ball and a strike.
Nobody's really done great at the plate. See what he does here at bat number 3. He's moving down.
A 1-2 and he strikes out. How to end the 5th inning. Mike Trout has the biggest hit of this ball game, a 418-foot home run to left field. And the Angels score 4 here in the 5th inning. We head to the bottom of the inning. Let's see how the Mariners do. Finally, we've got an entertaining game. It's now 4-0 Angels, strike first. Finally in their half of the 5th inning. That one is hit to right, but it's caught by David Fletcher. Fletcher taken away and a base hit away from, or it could have been a base hit from Toro. Here's Murphy. He walked back in the 3rd.
Ball 1, no strike.
Ball 2 to Murphy.
Ball 3.
What's up, ELS trained tuber? 501. Three balls and a strike. Little recap of what's been going on. Not a whole lot. The game was scoreless in the first 4 innings. Ohtani's dealing, as you can see. The Angels scored a single from, can't remember who hit it, but then Mike Trout hit a 3-run homer. So yeah, if you're a Mike Trout fan, that home run's probably going to be a sign of, if we have a baseball season, he's going to not get hurt and stay healthy and win MVP. And hopefully win a World Series. I don't know. The AL West this year looks like it's going to be a little bit competitive, because the Mariners, they're favorites right now to win the West. Kelenic strikes out looking. Number 7 of the day for Ohtani. But as I was saying, the Mariners are favorites to win the West. Astros are still really good. The Rangers, they went crazy during the offseason before the lockout situation. Got Corey Seager, Marcus Semien. That infield's going to be super good. Question is, where are they going to put Nick Solak and Connor Falefa? I really like those two guys. I really like those two players. I don't know what they're going to do with them. Oh well, might as well be bench players. And then they also got, I think they got John Gray too, from what I heard. No, I don't know if they got John Gray. I don't know. But A's look like they're going to be really bad. And then the Angels got Syndergaard, so that was pretty much it. Mariners have runners at first and second, 2 outs. Ohtani's only given up 1 hit, and he has walked 4 batters. James Paxton was pitching for the Mariners in this game, and he walked 2, and he gave up like 6 strikeouts and, of course, 4 runs. J.P. Crawford has the one hit in this game for the Mariners. Everybody else has gotten on from walks. It's kind of a problem, but oh well. I mean, it's a problem for Ohtani, but it's not. But at the same time, it's not a problem because, well, they have good eyes at the plate, and Ohtani's been kind of struggling with his command here, as you can see. I think the big question is Ohtani going to be better than Trout? Like, do you guys think Mike Trout or Shohei Ohtani is going to be better than Mike Trout? To be honest, I actually kind of see it. I think he will be better than Trout. That's probably going to be a hot take. Shohei Ohtani is going to be better than Mike Trout. Justin Upton looks at a cutter called for strike one. Yusei Kikuchi will relieve for James Paxton here in the 6th inning. Scores now 4-0 Angels. Mariners left 2 runners on base again. So if we have a baseball season in 2022, I'm guessing that the AL West is going to be the division to look out for. National League West is going to be pretty decent too. Dodgers are still going to be really good after losing Seager because, well, it's the Dodgers. Padres, hopefully they bounce back after a disappointing 2021. Giants, I don't know if they're going to continue to be good in 2022. Who knows? This year's gonna. Hey, if this year's gonna be an even year, so if they do good, maybe they'll win the World Series. I would say Justin Upton just did not go deep there. He didn't. He went foul. I just realized Justin Upton. He's been in the game forever. He was at the. I remember him when he was at Arizona. I have vivid memories of him and B.J. Upton on the Atlanta Braves in 2013. Good play by J.P. Crawford at short. 1 out here in the 6th inning. Here's Joe Adell, 0 for 2 tonight. We just went from talking about the West, the National League West, to Justin Upton. That's crazy. Into right field. That's Mitch Haniger out in right field making the catch. So as I was saying, yeah, the AL West looks like it's going to be really, really good. Hopefully the Mariners make the postseason in 2022. Angels, hopefully they have a decent year. Rangers, I don't know what they're going to do. They still need... Pitching's still going to be a question mark. A's, I have no clue what they're going to do. And then you have the Astros who... After losing Correa, I think they're going to be a little bit worse. I mean, I think they're still going to be good, but at the same time, I feel like they're going to be a little bit worse. And then the National League West, Dodgers, still the Dodgers. You know, Giants, like I said before, it's an even year. Who knows, maybe they can win the World Series. Padres, they were disappointing last year. And then the Rockies and the Diamondbacks, a lot of people think the Rockies are going to be really bad. I honestly don't think the Rockies are that bad of a team. I think they're, like, yeah, I'm not saying that they're like World Series contenders or anything, but I don't know. The Rockies get just way too much hate, and I understand. You know, their GM that may not be the sharpest tool in the shed. I understand getting rid of Arenado if you're a Rockies fan. From a Rockies fan's point of view on the Arenado trade, I understand you kind of got robbed because you traded away your third baseman for Austin Gomber, who really isn't that bad of a pitcher, and a bag of cookies, or a box of cookies, I should say. Yeah. And I know there's rumors about Trevor Story trying to see, you know, where he's gonna do, what he's gonna do, testing out the free agent market as Anthony Rendon takes away a base hit from Mitch Haniger. And Kyle Seager comes in 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. But yeah, I kind of feel like the Rockies get way too much hate. And then you got the Diamondbacks, who were just terrible last year. I don't think anybody expected the Diamondbacks to lose over 100 games last year. I mean, they were just so disappointing. It was so disappointing watching the Diamondbacks last year. So then moving over to the National League Central, that's my division. You got the Cardinals, Brewers, Cubs, Reds, and Pirates. It's in the left center. Oh, I was hoping that would drop. That would have been... Whew, not Kyle Seager's night tonight. Not really the Mariners' night tonight. They're down. They've only gotten 1 hit off of Ohtani, and they've walked like 4 times, but they couldn't score. Kinda surprised the Mariners aren't really taking advantage of Ohtani struggling with his command tonight. But as I was saying, I don't know. I think it's going to be...
I got 2-1 the count.
I think it'll be average. Looks like it's going to be between the Cardinals and the Brewers for the division. The Reds and the Cubs look like they're going to be sellers. Yeah, I call the Cubs sellers, even though they signed Michael Stroman. And then the Pirates, well, they're still the Pirates. And then you got the American League side. White Sox and Tigers both look like they're going to be really good. Tigers, that's a team to keep an eye on to keep a watch out for, because I am super excited for what the Tigers are going to do in 2022. Like you don't understand how excited I am for the Tigers. Because I grew up watching the Tigers in like 2012, like when they were, I remember, or when they were good, like around 2011, 2012, 2013, that was when the Tigers were actually really solid. They had Jim Leyland as their manager. They had, I know they had Justin Verlander was still pitching there. They had like Max Scherzer, Doug Fister, Anibal Sanchez, Rick Porcello, like all 5 of those guys, they would usually be aces if they went anywhere else, and they all did. You know, Max Scherzer, you know, for a long time was the ace of the Nationals, now with the Dodgers, or now with the Mets now, excuse me. You know, Rick Porcello was pretty solid in Boston. You know, Doug Fister, he moved around team to team, I think. I have no clue what happened to Anibal Sanchez. I think he went to the Nationals too. Yeah, I think he went to Washington too, and then something happened to him. Kyle Seager tracking it down. That's out number 2 here in the top half of the 7th. But yeah, here's Mike Trout taking back to the 5th inning. I'm gonna go in and play as the Mariners here, just to make this a little bit more interesting. Okay, 1 out. Abram Toro comes in to face Ohtani here in the 7th. Little late there, and lines out to Adele in left field. But yeah, like, you don't understand, like, I am very excited for the Tigers. And then, like, I remember Jim Leyland was managing there. You know, Miguel Cabrera was in his prime. You know, Prince Fielder was there for 2 years. And they had, like, Austin Jackson, you know. Ooh, bad throw from Fletcher. Doesn't matter because the inning comes to a close. Oh, no. No, we had something going on there. Oh well, Jared Walsh comes in 1 for 3. Fouls off a cutter. Ooh, I should see who the Mariners have in their bullpen. Ooh, I should have seen that real quick. We'll let Kikuchi pitch. I guess the rest or this at bat, because he's actually doing pretty solid. Yeah, we could simulate quick manage the 8th. Okay, that's not good. Gets out of it. Alright, Kellenic goes 0 for 1 with a walk. Need to fix that. But yeah, as I was saying earlier about the Tigers, I remember they were actually really good, you know, winning the Central like 4 years in a row. You know, Jim Leyland was the manager. Jim Leyland's one of my favorite managers in baseball. You know, just really good teams, and then Leyland leaves, and then they sell the whole team. And, you know, it was just really depressing watching Detroit. Between like 2015, they had a good year in 2016, but they didn't make the playoffs. But yeah, from like 2015 to like 2019, I think, you know, it was just really, you know, really depressing watching the Detroit Tigers and seeing how they ended. 2021, you know, it was a step forward for the Tigers. It was definitely a much better year. Yeah, they didn't go 500. No, they didn't go to the playoffs. No, they didn't win the division. But, you know, it was a lot better from, like, losing 100 games every year. Oh, my God. I can't hit Ohtani to save my life. 9th inning, 4-0 Angels on top. Got Joe Smith pitching. Alright, score's now 5-0. Ohtani's still going. Oh my God, I can't hit him to save my life. Ooh, that was good. Right field, Fowler back, it's 5-1, Kyle Seager. There goes the shutout. Ohtani's got to be done after that. Kyle Seager takes Ohtani deep to right field, and all Fowler can do is watch it go over his head. And Joe Madden will call to the bullpen and bring in Jimmy Herget to face Ty France here in the 9th. That one is hit to center. Mike Trout on the run, makes the catch, 1 out. A little bit of excitement here at T-Mobile for the Mariners on the home run by Kyle Seager in the 9th. And brings in Kyle Lewis, who's 0 for 3. That one is hit to center. Trout is back. And the Mariners are down to their final out. Here's Abraham Toro, 0 for 3. A little bit early on that last pitch. Hit to first. Walsh races to the bag, and that's the ball game. 5-1 is the score. The Angels win this one on the road. Shohei Ohtani ends up getting the win. I'm pretty sure the loss will go to James Paxton. Game was scoreless until the 5th inning when Mike Trout and the Angels scored 4 runs. I believe they had a base hit from Jared Walsh. I believe that's who scored the RBI. And then Mike Trout hit a 3-run homer. They scored another run in the 9th. And Angels win this game 5-1. Ohtani goes 8 innings, gave up 3 walks, had 9 strikeouts. No, he gave up 4 walks and had 9 strikeouts. Gave up 3 hits in the home run by Seager. While James Paxton takes the loss, went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. And that's the final. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Josh Wright doing the play-by-play for another MLB The Show live stream. We'll see you tomorrow. Washington, D.C., the Nationals hosting the St. Louis Cardinals. Angels win this one 5-1.